One sentence to tell you what's the point of being alive. Why do people exist? The answers you may have heard are probably limited to the following. 1. To experience happiness and joy. 2. To achieve personal growth and development. 3. To pursue personal interests and passions. 4. To contribute to society. Or, going deeper, such as biological needs, instincts for survival and reproduction, to fulfill a divine plan or obtain spiritual enlightenment. But before we get to the answer in one sentence, let's consider another related question. Why do people have to die? Is there any connection with being alive? To live is to die, is a common saying. So, conversely, does to die necessarily mean to live? Some religions do not believe this to be the case, asserting that people only have one life and that after death, people will be judged by God and punished or rewarded in heaven or hell. But doesn't this conform to the idea of the cycle of life and death? When someone dies, disappears, heaven gains an angel, comes into being, so isn't this because of death that life emerges? Some people believe that when people die, they are like a candle going out. Those who hold this view are not sure whether it is true or not, at least from their behavior while alive. If they do not exhibit any particularly crazy behavior, it suggests that they do not really believe their own views. Otherwise, doing crazy things and indulging in pleasure without any concerns would be more appropriate for their only life. There are also very few people who are truly crazy and who do things that harm society and others. These are people who truly believe that when people die, they are like a candle going out. Hopefully, they will not regret it when they wake up tomorrow after they have died. As someone who believes in reincarnation, I can tell you from an empirical perspective that you are only forced to participate in an almost endless game of fighting monsters and leveling up. Let's get into the specifics of the game. Regardless of whether you want to or not, as long as you are still conscious, the game continues. The game has only one goal, which is to continuously fight monsters and level up to eventually become the master of the game. There are a total of 52 levels, and achieving different levels will reward you with corresponding abilities. Entering the first level is only considered finding the right direction, and everything before that is just time spent identifying monsters. Entering the 16th level is the first time you realize that this is just a game. From then on, you can be considered half awake. If you cannot smoothly enter the 17th level, this half-awakeness will be lost, your level will not be maintained, and you have a chance to revert to an ordinary person. Congratulations on reaching the 17th level. You can now play this game on your own and will eventually pass it. The most difficult part of this game is that if you cannot distinguish which are the monsters, you cannot fight and level up. The lower your level, the less you know where the monsters are, and you will be devoured without even realizing it. The most comforting part is that every user has an unlimited number of chances, and you will automatically restart when you die. Isn't that great? Finally, you don't have to fear death anymore. If you don't want to play anymore and want to take a rest, of course you can. This is the reward for another basic version of the gameplay, and you can only obtain it by playing correctly. Learn to recognize what monsters look like and try your best to avoid contact with them. After a long period of training, you can eventually obtain the qualification for temporary rest. The day you wake up is the day your rest time is over. Please re-enter the battlefield. So, who forced you to participate in this game? It's unbelievable, but you did it yourself. You can only understand this when you reach level 16. However, some battlefields may be more peaceful and beautiful with fewer monsters, which is also a good choice. We will show you the pros and cons of those worlds in a separate program. Stay tuned. Yes, reincarnation is a game, and what people pursue in life, personal value, and happiness all appear in the game as monsters. If you become immersed in the pleasure they bring, you will continue to be trapped until one day, through some fortunate coincidence, you will be willing to re-examine their significance to you. All the details of the game mentioned today can be proven by you personally, as long as you have the most basic common sense and logical reasoning abilities. If you are interested, please continue to follow our channel.